RJ 810 AM from wherever you are. Just type in RJ 100.3 FM on TuneIn Radio, Streama, Radio Garden, and just type in RJ FM for online box radio. For DZRJ 810 AM, just type in DZRJ 810 AM on TuneIn Radio, Streama, and Radio Garden. Happy listening! To all Radyo Bandido viewers and listeners, you can now watch Radyo Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup. You are watching the multi-awarded Radyo Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 810 AM. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM or on YouTube, channel RJAM News.
Watch and listen. Contra Birada every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Hosted by attorney Mike Toledo and attorney Karen Jimeno. This program will discuss the most important and fresh news and events and feature their guest, attorney Salvador Sal Panelo. So catch Contra Birada on Radyo Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, GMA Afforda boxes, and all DTT boxes. Facebook/DZRJ 810 AM and YouTube channel RJAM News.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Lunes na po. I hope you had a very enjoyable and relaxing weekend because we all deserve that. At ito naman po tayo sa ating programa Contra Birada dito sa Radyo Bandido at sa RJTV. Ako po si Atty. Mike Toledo, ang inyong lingkod. At kasama po natin, walang iba kundi si Atty. Karen Jimeno. Magandang umaga, partner. Baka wala pa, hindi pa siguro nakapasok si Attorney Karen. But I'm sure she'll be joining us later on. And maybe perhaps mamaya-maya din makakasama natin si Secretary Sal Panelo, ang ating regular resource person para siguro magbigay ng latest development with respect to the ongoing political developments, lalo na po dun sa kung sino ang talagang magiging standard bearer ng administration party na PDP Laban. I understand na nagkaroon sila ng isang meeting last week ng partido, specifically the Kusi wing of the party. At doon sa meeting na yon, they announced that the PDP Laban will be supporting the vice presidential bid of Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. They were quiet kung sino ang susuportahan nila sa presidential race. So it's possible na nag-uusap-usap pa lang, pero kagaya nga na sinabi ni Secretary Sal at mga ibang nakausap natin, the president may decide to, at least for now, be neutral. But we don't know. 3 months, 4 months, sinasabi nga nila that's an eternity when it comes to politics. So abangan na lang po natin. But in the meantime, I think nandiyan na ang partner natin. Attorney Karen, good morning. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Attorney Mike. At as always, pag Mondays, tuloy-tuloy ang meetings namin from morning.
I can understand. How was your weekend, partner?
It was good. I got to go out and I saw one of my friends that I haven't seen in a long time, si Congressman El Rey Villafuerte, and birthday na niya na si Nick.
Oh, oo.
Uh, and the wife of Mig's the our
Beauty
former
queen.
meaning
Yeah, beauty queen yun.
Dzrj.
Oo.
Yeah.
Oo.
He also just had a baby. So
Oh.
but it's a girl. So nagjo-joke kami na we're setting up my baby boy, my son with their daughter in the future.
Lolo na pala si El Rey? Lolo na?
Yes,
O dati
lolo na
pang
siya.
lolo?
Lolo na siya. So I think that's
Congratulations,
right.
ha?
First po. Mm-mm.
Eh, matagal ko na rin kaibigan si Governor El Rey at hindi ko rin makalimutan na few years ago, medyo matagal-tagal na, nung bagong-bago pa yung CamSur, inimbita niya ako para makita yung development doon at I was very impressed, no? Yung CamSur tapos wakeboarding facilities. Maganda yung mga rooms, maganda yung wakeboarding facilities at kung hindi ako nagkakamali, for the longest time, nagkakaroon sila ng mga local as well as international competitions doon sa lugar na yon. And ito talaga ay tourism draw, no? Tourism draw. So I don't know ano yung status ngayon dahil nga sa COVID, no? But magandang lugar 'yan at maganda talaga ang proyekto 'yan ni Governor Congressman El Rey. So congrats, Lolo.
Yeah. Oo, lolo na siya. And yes, actually, since you brought it up, that was something he also mentioned because in my dinner, I was hosting an American friend and he was saying the tourists normally go to Cebu, Davao, and he said, please come to CamSur. He said they're often overlooked. So it's good that you mentioned their province because he is encouraging people to visit CamSur.
That's true, and hindi naman mahirap pumunta. There are direct flights. I just don't know ngayon kung gaano ka lately because of the pandemic situation. But of course, you can go by car, you can fly. I think there are a number of flights going to that area. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, kung CamSur, I think sa ka ba naglalanding? Sa Naga pa or one of the major cities there, no?
I think it's Naga, Attorney Mike, but yeah.
So magandang that's good to know. At sana nga ay bumalik na, no, yung hopefully after everything is kasi una-una partner I'm sure nabalitaan mo na rin ng good news at least sa NCR ay bumaba na yung cases, no? I think to 29,000 yata.
Yeah. It's interesting, no? Nung December, nasa 100 plus tayo. Pero now, when we're hitting like 27,000, ang tawag na natin, wow, bumaba na yung cases. So,
kaya, ang ano lang, partner, yun nga, sinasabi ng ating mga taga-IATF saka in charge ng mga vaccine rollout na medyo naamin nila nagkaroon ng some sort of a slowing down of the rollout at ang sinabi na nila dito, especially in the Visayas and Mindanao, dahil nga sa Odette, medyo na talaga naman, no, yung tinamaan at nasa lantas sa bagyo, medyo na-apektuhan talaga siguro ang pagdi-deliver ng mga vaccine. So, may pag-aamin naman, and that's good, no? Honesty, transparency na humina ang rollout. At kasi ang gusto natin i-achieve nga ba 70%, no? Sa ngayon nasa 51-52% tayo. At nasabi din nila dahil nga siguro yung mga LGU officials medyo busy na dahil sa eleksyon. Medyo na ano rin ang konti yung attention, but I'm certain naman na doon na rin tayo patungo. Magkakaroon more than 50% fully vaccinated, more than 50% na rin na may first dose, booster shots, ilang porsyento ba yun? Mga 5% na rin yata. So, I think papunta na tayo doon, partner.
Yeah, and more than 58% kasi raw ng cases ngayon, at least in terms of the count for the country, is from outside of NCR. So I think
yes,
this is really indicative of yung effect ng lack of vaccine rollouts in the provinces and areas outside of NCR because NCR, despite the fact na dito yung maraming concentration ng commerce, yung mga restaurants nung nag-open tayo fully ng December, there was a sharp increase, but now we're seeing also a decline. So I think that's what really matters, like having people that are vaccinated and boosted. Yung cases are not as severe even if the case numbers were high. So I hope the other parts of the country can catch up. And Attorney Mike, the boosters, while it's all being rolled out now, yung vaccination naman for minors is going to start next month. And by next month, that's like couple of days from now. So children are going to be vaccinated already starting February. So that's, I guess, that's like another piece of good news in terms of the perspective of opening face-to-face classes for children.
So, in fact, in relation to pagbabaksin ng mga kabataan or mga kids, no? Pero ito naman nangyari sa Australia. Isa sa mga kaibigan namin, yung apo niya, siguro 5 years old lang siya, babae, ay dinaccinate. I don't know kung anong klaseng vaccination ginamit, pero dinaccinate, part of the Australian policy, no, to have people vaccinated, kids vaccinated. Pero nakakatuwa nun, pati yung kanyang stuffed toy na elepante, binaccinate din. Parang, di ba, pang pagana sa mga bata. So, I don't know, pwede natin siguro i-adapt yun. Kung dala ka ng stuffed toy mo. Binaccinate. So, linagyan din para na some sort of a tatak or a mark that even her stuffed pet toy elephant na vaccinate din daw. Silang dalawa vaccinated.
That's so cute. But you know, for those that have pets, maybe it might really benefit them to be vaccinated as well, because in Hong Kong and China, there were reports that the government plans to, the word is cull, meaning really to kill like certain types of pet rodents. Hindi yung rats na ano lang na pesa, like
hamsters daw, hamsters, diba?
Yeah, because they found that they can also be infected with COVID. But then there are apparently no data on the pets being able to transmit the virus to humans. So there's also a movement from animal rights activists that the government should not kill these animals. So kawawa rin naman, no? But on that note, naisip ko, nga naman, baka mag-roll out na lang sila ng vaccine for pets kung ganun din.
Tama. Ang ano lang partner, while it's true na bumaba na sa NCR, although sabi mo nga, no, tumaas. Pero doon sa mga lugar sa Visayas, like Cebu, if I'm not mistaken, even in Baguio, nagtaasan pa rin yung cases. Isa pang dapat natin bantayan. Pero sabi nga ng mga eksperto, huwag tayo mag-panic. Pero let's just be vigilant, no? Vigilant. Bantayan natin. Eto nga, nagkaroon ng panibagong sub-variant strain, no? Omicron sub-variant. Sub-variant siya. So, parang itong sub-variant ng Omicron ay apparently, partner, na-detect sa mga 40 countries around the world, no? But ang sinasabi nga nila, walang dapat ikabahala, pero siyempre wag na rin maging complacent, wag din maging parang hindi ka na careful, no? Pero ang unang tingin nila, sabi ng mga eksperto, ay yung symptoms daw ay halos parang Omicron lang. So halos as mild, no? As mild as Omicron. But yun nga, there is a new sub-variant na lumabas na naman at nakikita. Nandito na rin sa atin.
Well, it's great that you're updating us about this, because this is the first time I'm hearing about this subvariant. Last week, I think I mentioned to you yung Deltacron, which is a combination of Delta and Omicron variant. But now, I haven't heard this subvariant. But if it is as mild as Omicron, then I'm at least less worried. It's just sad that laging may bagong variant, because it seems to cause another round of lockdowns or higher alert level status for the Philippines, for instance, but all around the world, no, nagkakaroon lagi ng heightened restrictions every time there's a new variant that comes out. So I hope that this, I don't know, it's already 2 years, so I hope that we start being able to live with COVID, as we always say, diba?
We'll dance with the virus.
Attorney Mike, what did you think of the presidential interviews? That was one of the top most talked about events for the weekend, the Jessica Soho interviews of the presidential balls. But Bongbong Marcos declined to be part of it, and their official spokesperson Vic Rodriguez said that BBM refused to take part because from their point of view, the questions are going to be biased and antagonistic though against BBM. But I think for the presidential candidates that participated, Leni Robredo, Isko Moreno, Ping Lacson, Manny Pacquiao, everyone did really well. And it was good to hear their insights and the way they answered questions.
Well, kagaya nga na sinabi ko, partner, no, we also had mga business organizations naman, no? FIDEX, Management Association of the Philippines, Makati Business Club, together with Signal TV, Manila Times, Philippine Star. Meron din tayong ongoing presidential balls forum, but focusing on the economy. No? Yun ang ating tema. And I was privileged enough to be asked to moderate. At una nga namin naging panauhin ay si Senator Ping Lacson. That was last month in December. And Senator Ping did very well. He presented his program. He was very clear on what he wanted. And you could sense from the answers that he gave and from the presentation that he gave. Kasi ang format namin, magpe-present muna yung kandidato kung ano ang programa niya as far as the economy is concerned in particular. But we also touch on other topics. But essentially, ang gusto namin makita ang mga negosyante, ang mga leaders ng big business, pati na rin small and medium scale business. Gusto malaman kung ano ba ang pananaw niyo, where do you want to bring this country post-pandemic, especially on the economy, on economic concerns na very important kasi yan nagbibigay ng hanap buhay sa taong bayan. At maganda ang presentation niya. And then nung Friday, we also had Vice President Leni Robredo. And I have to admit, I was also very impressed.
I watched that, Attorney Mike. That was
yes,
very good, yeah.
She was clear also with his vision, her economic program, with respect to how to fight COVID, with respect to how to move the economy post-pandemic, no? And yung mga tanong ko na binigay sa kanya, na yung iba sa mga tanong na yun, tinanong ko rin kay Senator Ping Lacson, to be fair, no? May sagot siya at clear yung sagot niya. Kaya, depende rin po talaga. I mean, at the end of the day, there will be time talaga that all the presidential candidates would need to come out. And of course, you cannot be silent for the whole time. Definitely somehow in the future, whether it's a Comelec sanction debate, or hopefully some of them will accept the invitation from the business community, which already two have accepted. We are still waiting for Senator Pacquiao, Mayor Isko Moreno, and of course, former Senator Bongbong Marcos of BBM to accept the invitation. And I think eventually they will because if you have a clear program of government, importante kasi na talagang ipakita nyo rin po sa mga negosyante. Kasi ang gusto malaman ng mga negosyante, ano ba ang direksyon na dadalhin mo ang next government? Para alam naman namin kung saan kami tututok when it comes to investments, etc. etc. Ang isang partner ng isang ayaw talaga ng business community is yung tinatawag na unpredictability. Yung paiba-iba, di ba? Ito sasabihin, ibang gagawin. Mahirap yun sa any businessman, whether big or small, because hindi ka makakagawa ng plano. For example, maski na 5-year program or 10-year, what more a 10-year plan? Siyempre sa negosyo, hindi ka naman nagpaplano on a day-to-day.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
Ano mo yan? Umuutang ka ng pera, gumagastos ka ng pera, depende kung anong negosyo mo, so, kausap mo suppliers, nag-employ ka ng tao, maraming factors. And it's very important based on sa experience ko sa private sector, kasi nasa private sector din ako ngayon, although nasa government ako noon, isa lang talaga ang hinihiling ng pribadong sektor. Clear, transparent, and predictable rules. Yun lang. Kung sabihin mo, magiging mataas ang buwis, di okay lang kung talagang gano'n, tataas ang buwis, pero at least alam mo na yun ang balak. Pero pag sinabi mo, hindi tataas ang buwis, and then biglang, after a few months, hindi, tataas pala. Yan ang mahirap. Kaya talagang gusto nating marinig, partner, gusto na marinig ng mga negosyante kung ano ang plataforma ng ating mga kandidato.
Yeah, I agree with that, Attorney Mike. So who has said yes for the next round of Phoenix presidential bowl candidates?
Nag-reach out na kami sa lahat. Sinasabi naman nila na depending din po sa scheduling, which we understand. So we're hoping na pagkaroon nga ng soon, no, may mag-confirm. But partner, kagaya ng sinabi ko doon sa programa, nung sa in-interview ko si VP Lenny, in my opening remarks, sinabi ko nga na maganda talaga to, may mga gantong advokasya, may mga gantong programa, whether it be Phoenix or the media outfits, etc., etc. I remember the MVP group, TV5, no, Signal, meron kami noon at during 2016, yung bilangan, yun yata ang tawag, there was a term, no, bayan, bilangan, or something like that. The point, the purpose is to enlighten, to educate, bigyan ng facts and figures ang ating mga botante. Because kagaya na sinabi ko dun sa opening remarks ko, ang enlighten, inform citizenry can actively participate in a democratic exercise. You have to let the people be involved. But for them to be involved and to vote wisely, also, they have to understand the issues, the facts, and what are at stake. Kaya tama itong ginagawa ng mga media outfits at mga negosyante at mga business groups to welcome and invite presidential candidates, vice presidential, senatorial, congressional, and present their platform to the people. Pero sabi ko nga, wag natin ilimit lang sa mga negosyante. Tama yun, meron, no, for the businesses. Pero pwede man nating ibaba dito sa karamihan ng ating mga botante, which is 75% belong to the Class D. So if we can bring down the economic issues dun sa Class D and E para maintindihan din nila na dapat silang bumoto sa taong makakabigay talaga ng tunay na kabuhayan, hindi lang promises. Hindi lang, sigurado may trabaho kayo. How? How will you give us jobs? Di ba? Yun ang tanong. Every election na lang, di ba? Lahat naman nagsasabi, more jobs, more opportunities.
Or
how?
Or bababa or tatanggalin ng kahirapan, di ba? Yung poverty reduction, laging very popular na sinasabi.
Motherhood statements na okay lang yon, pero you have to back it up with clear plans. Okay, we will eradicate poverty in this way. Bang, 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 bang. Di ba? Ganon. Kaya nga, I think narinig ng ating mga kasamahan sa business community at kinontak ako nung last week ng isa kong kaibigan at sabi nga niya, Mike, we plan to do that. At siguro baka makapag-isip ka kung sino kaya ang pwedeng maging tagapagsalita, no, when they present. Sabi ko siguro we need somebody na may why did you call this, may dating sa masa, that the masses can identify. Then i-brief na lang natin yung nagsasalita sa mga economic issues and then simplify it. Kunyari lang, example lang, participation in the Regional Comprehensive Economic or RCEP, di ba? Partnership. Ano ba tong RCEP na to? Bakit pag hindi tayo sumali, maapektuhan ang ating mga manggagawa? Bakit maapektuhan ang ating mga farmers? Bakit maapektuhan ang ating mga small and scale industries, medium industries? Di ba? Kasi this is a huge economic partnership. It involves, for example, 30% of the global economy. And can you imagine kung hindi ka sasama dyan? Anong epekto niyan sa taong bayan? But we have to simplify it and explain. At ano ang mga tayo ng mga kandidato with respect to these issues? So yun ang mga challenges, partner. But I always believe in voter education and then, of course, an enlightened citizenry dun sa mga issues involved.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm glad that, maraming groups, apart from the mainstream media, like these recent GMA interviews, and I think magkakaroon nung kay Boy Abunda rin daw na interview presidents. And then magkakaroon pa tayo ng Comelec-sponsored interviews. But Phoenix made it very easy also to get engaged, because then you just have to click on the link yung sa Zoom, and then you're right there. You get to really hear straight from a presidential candidate. So I'm glad there are efforts to really give candidates an opportunity to reach out to everyone, especially during this pandemic, but also at a reasonable cost, right? Like libre for them to talk to the public and have a forum to really engage and answer questions, clearly lay out their plans. And I hope that this will really inform people when they choose who to vote for in 2022. I'm really curious, Attorney Mike, kasi the past surveys, wala pang explicit na mga campaigning, or wala pang itong mga katulad nung Meet the Presidentiables forum ninyo ng Phoenix,
Yes.
or the interviews that are now publicly available. I wonder kung magbabago yung sa survey, if it's gonna make a dent. So that remains to be seen. I'm not sure kailan kaya ang next survey. Siguro we should ask Dean Domanhit again to guest for us, because last time he was pretty accurate when he said that there's an ongoing survey now, and then it's going to come out around December. So true enough, like that happened. So maybe we should ask him again, no, na mag-guest sa atin, so we can ask him more questions.
Tama, it's a good idea. We can schedule him. For tomorrow nga, naisip ko, I don't know lang kung may available. No? I would like to sana tackle the topic partner tomorrow sa ating programa, kasi mas mahaba-haba tayo bukas. Yung critical power situation natin. Siguro para hindi
that you mentioned that. I was thinking of sabi ko lang, hindi lang makasegue kasi pinag-uusapan natin kanina COVID and elections, but I was even gonna ask you about your stand on nuclear. So go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I think maganda siguro pag-usapan natin tong critical power outlook ng ating bansa. No? Ang pinaka-delikado na mangyayari dito na pag nagkaroon tayo ng eleksyon, nagkaroon tayo ng power failure, mahirap yon. Kasi sinasabi na ng ating mga ng NGCP, sinasabi na rin ng mga ibang kumpanya na nagpo-produce ng power, that kailangan talagang mag-prepare, no? Because marami ang planta nagkakaroon ng unscheduled outages, or minutes say unscheduled na pag-ayos. And of course, mahirap yun. Kasi pag unscheduled, ibig sabihin, mabibigla tayo. But as much as possible, the DOE makes it a point to make sure naman na walang masyadong tinatawag na unscheduled outages. But we have to make sure, kasi election is just around the corner, that and then summer is coming. So the demand for power and energy is greater. Number two, nagkaroon pa ng problema tayo sa coal supply. Sinasabi na ng Indonesia na hindi na sila mag-export ng coal sa Pilipinas. Problema yon. Kasi Indonesia also has its own needs. Kaya nga, yun importante, yung energy self-sufficiency. No? But we can get from other countries the coal. But the thing is, the coal in Indonesia is the cheapest. But kung ang source ng power mo, as we all know, kung mas mahal yung source of energy mo or energy generation, di syempre ipapasa mo yan sa consumer. Tataas ang presyo ng power, ng kuryente. Kaya itong isang bagay na habang tayo ay nadidistract, no, sa COVID, sa Omicron, at nadidistract din tayo sa coming elections, sana huwag po natin kalimutan na isang importanteng bagay na talagang kailangang pagmasdan din natin at bantayan yung ating power situation dito sa bansa.
Yeah, well said, Attorney Mike. And like you said, pag 11:30 to 12, ang bilis talaga ng oras. So we have to say goodbye for now. But you know, what I'll do, Attorney Mike, I'll reach out to someone I know from Congress who's been trying to also revive the nuclear power plant. And I think this is a relevant topic because it was brought up also in the senatorial debates yesterday on CNN Philippines. It was asked of the candidates. So we'll let you know tomorrow, 5 to 6:30 p.m. We'll be talking about the power situation if we find a very credible and knowledgeable guest on this.
Yes.
So thank you so much and happy Monday to everyone. Goodbye. Magpapaalam na muna ako ngayon, but see you all tomorrow at 5 to 6:30 p.m.
Maraming salamat, Attorney Karen. I'm looking forward sa ating guest bukas. And siguro kung kaya ko rin mag-imbita somebody from Meralco, yung spokesman na magaling, si Mr. Joe Saldariaga, para pag-usapan nito, I will also try. But please, to have two guests tomorrow to talk about this, very important, malaking bagay yun para sa ating mga tagapakinig. So, again, enjoy your lunch. Marami pong salamat sa inyong pagpakinig at panunood sa aming programa Kontrabirada. Bukas tayo ulit, pero from 5:30 to 6:30 tayo po ng hapon bukas kasi Martes. So, enjoy your day, enjoy your lunch. Maraming salamat po. See you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those of the
industriya namin. Sa lahat kaming magsasaka,